All right, let's talk about one single moment in your golf swing, a moment that can literally make or break your entire shot. It happens right at the very beginning. And trust me, mastering this is an absolute game changer. Let's dive right in. You know that thought that creeps into your head right over the ball? What if this first move, this takeaway, what if it just completely ruins everything that comes after it? It's a pretty scary thought, right? Well, there's a whole lot of truth to it. The truth is, that very first move sets the foundation for your entire swing. We call this critical moment position 2, or just P2 for short, and you can think of it as the moment you draw the blueprint for the rest of your shot. So what is position 2 exactly? What is this foundational moment we're talking about? Let's really break it down. Okay, technically P2 is that precise moment when your club shaft first becomes parallel to the ground. Simple enough, but it's so much more than that. It's that transition from still to in motion, and it's where you lay out the entire plan, the blueprint for everything that's about to happen in the next second or so. And believe me, the stakes at P2 are incredibly high. Nailing this position sets you on the right swing plane from the get-go. It's where you start coiling and storing up all that power, and it's where you get your arms and your body working together in sync. If you get P2 right, you are building a solid, repeatable swing from the ground up. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because there is no single, one-size-fits-all perfect P2. The best position for you is the one that actually matches your body's natural tendencies and how you create power. So have a look at this chart. It breaks down the three main core types for golfers. Try to see which one sounds most like you. Are you an upper core player, getting power from your shoulders, creating a more vertical swing? Or maybe you're a lower core player, using the ground for a deep, powerful rotational move. Or, hey, maybe you're right in the middle, a middle core player with a great balance of both. Let's just look at the two extremes to make it super clear. The upper core swing is more of a top-down motion, right? The hands lift a little earlier, it's more vertical. On the other hand, the lower core swing is a ground-up move. It's deeper, more rotational, feels like it goes more around the body. And remember, neither of these is better. They're just different engines for generating serious power. So you might have a hunch about your core type now, but how can you be sure you're on the right track? Well, why don't we take a look at the data from what the best players in the world are doing? Okay, get ready for this number because it is absolutely mind-blowing. By P2, when the club is just parallel to the ground, the average PGA Tour pro has already turned their chest almost 39 degrees. That is a massive amount of rotation so early in the swing. It proves it's not just an arm movement, their entire body is coiling up like a spring right from the start. And you can see it here for both the PGA and LPGA tours. But look closer. Notice that big difference between the chest turn and the pelvis turn? That separation is what a lot of people call the X factor, and it is a huge, huge source of power. And where does it all begin? You got it. It starts at P2. So how can you check your own P2 without a bunch of fancy 3D gear? Well, it's actually incredibly simple. Next time you're practicing, pause your swing at P2 and just look at your club face. The leading edge of that club should be parallel to your spine angle. If it is, you are in a fantastic position to make a great swing. All right, let's bring this all home. Seriously, mastering your P2 is the first and maybe the most important step you can take toward a much better, more consistent golf swing. So here's your action plan. It's a simple 3-step process. First, just acknowledge and understand that P2 is your swing's blueprint. Second, do a little self-discovery and identify your core type. And third, verify you're in a good spot with that simple club face check. Just remember, acknowledge, identify, verify. So, you've got your P2 dialed in, the foundation is set. You've drawn a perfect blueprint. But what's next? Well, in our next explainer, we're going to talk all about P3 and how you start adding some serious leverage to that solid foundation. You are not going to want to miss it.